track of your dates?
I didn't know you cared.
Well, I couldn't help but notice that you took off after Edmund Gray.
Palmer, do you practice being irritating, or is it just an innate talent?
Brooke and Edmund have had, well, it's a kind of an explosive history.
What's that to you?
More to the point, what's it to you?
Not much. Why should I be concerned if Brooke decides to share a little airspace with Edmund? What's Edmund Gray to me other than an ex-friend?
Well, Brooke is the mother of your son, Jamie. As for ex-friend Edmund, read rival for her affection.
Oh, I'm out of the rivalry business, Palmer. Haven't you heard?
Well, you may have retired from active competition temporarily, but you're still going to take an active part in Jamie's upbringing.
Why don't you just cut to the chase?
Well, don't look now, but, you know, the chase has already begun. Brooke's potential romantic affiliation with this disreputable character could have a negative effect on your son.
So what's your point? All of a sudden you've dropped your captain of industry stripes to hand out advice on raising children?
It's always been my belief that the only battles worth fighting are for our children.
Palmer, if I need any advice about raising my son, or handling Brooke, or handling Dixie, or anything else in this wide world that is none of your damn business, I'll write a letter to dear Aggie.
Don't get yourself in an uproar. I was just passing on a word for wise.
Been nifty chatting with you, Palmer. You've such a unique perspective on people half your age. You should really try bottling your experience before you stuff it. And make sure you keep a little bit on hand for that occasional dose of your own medicine.
Well, I do admire your intestinal fortitude. Not every man just stand by unfazed while his date made off with her ex-lover.
It's amazing. After all the mistakes you've made, you still haven't learned a thing about trust. You should give it a shot. You know what they say. You're never too old to try.
Well, it's the ubiquitous Ted Martin.
Well, don't you two look nifty? Especially you, Gloria. Nice dress. Almost makes up for your bad taste in escorts.
There's no accounting for taste. You look very spiffy yourself. Champagne, Gloria?
Please.
Don't talk about me while I'm gone.
Now that he's gone, what you doing after? Just kidding. You look terrific. Seriously, what's a nice girl like you doing with pond scum like that?
Adam's on his best behavior.
By whose standard? For regular people or for Adam?
For me. My mother's here. I don't know if you've heard or not, but my father has recently passed away.
I have. And I'm very sorry.
Thank you. My mother's taken it pretty hard, and Adam's doing everything he can to make it easier for her. And for that, I owe him a lot.
No news about Brian is going to make any difference to my lifestyle.
Maybe I shouldn't have said anything.
No. I accept it in the spirit with which it was offered. Besides, we walking wounded have to stick together.
I just want a plain soda. No caffeine, no sugar. Do you think that you could handle that?
Yeah, well, I'll do my best. Gloria, Tab, do anything?
No, Adam's bringing champagne.
Strong drinks shall be bitter to them that drink it. Do I know you?
Mother, this is Tad Martin. Tad, this is my mother, Helen Marsh.
My condolences.
What?
About your husband. I'm sorry about your husband.
Thank you, but haven't I seen you somewhere in the newspapers or on television?
I think it was in the National Intruder.
Oh, of course, I never read those things.
I don't know anybody who does. I believe the headline went something like, "Man mysteriously returns from the grave."
Oh, my.
Now, it's not as ghoulish as it sounds, but it does make for great party chatter. Here I am, fit as fiddle with a couple of extra friends.
How do you two know each other?
Oh, Gloria here nursed my guardian, Nola Orsini, in the Pine Valley Hospital. She was her favorite nurse, and Nola was never wrong about people.
I'm sorry it took so long. Here. Helen, you're empty-handed. Here, why don't you take mine?
Where I come from, people don't need liquor to enjoy themselves.
It's not liquor.
But Gloria always had a taste for it. I don't know why. Her daddy never liked it. He almost had a seizure when a deputy sheriff caught Gloria and Hoyt Ganser in his pickup truck with an open six-pack.
Well, this isn't beer. It's Orsini private stock. It's been served at special events from Buckingham Palace to the White House. I'd say that Gloria is in very good company.
No, I wouldn't know. I'm a very simple woman with simple tastes. And now, if you don't mind, I would like to sit down. These cha-cha heels that Mrs. Fargate seems to favor are killing me.
Well, let's find you a comfortable place to sit. Excuse me. Here.
Cha-cha heels? I'm sorry. She really gets under your skin, doesn't she?
No, it's not Mother.
Whatever it is, can I offer you some friendly advice?
You never wear cha-cha heels in a ballroom?
Absolutely, mine are killing me. Good, I got you to smile. In all seriousness, though, you just lost a parent. I know how that feels. Right now, you feel like you're in limbo, and you turn to anybody to get you out of it. Just do yourself a favor. Don't let that person be Adam. I know from where I speak, having gone a little crazy myself after Nola died.
You walked out on Dixie. So who's to say who's crazier, you or me? Don't you ever wonder what your life would be like if Dixie were here to share in it right now? I mean, you act as if it's no problem, no big deal, life goes on. But that's crazy. Ted, I can't call my father back. You could call Dixie.
She left. I didn't.
Pray at last. Helen and Stuart are safely ensconced. Would you please dance with me?
I would be delighted.
Allow me.
Think about making that call.
You came here to...
Why don't you think about making that call? Call Dixie.
Oh, love bug, that toast is so beautiful it just sent chills up and down my spine.
Positively made my flesh crawl. Excuse me, darling, there's someone I need to see. No need to call information. The area code for Pigeon Hollow is 304.
Well, you're a veritable font of useless information, aren't you?
You don't want Dixie's phone number? I know it by heart. What's so pressing? The Orsini grapes withering into raisins? You're arranging your disappearing date's alternative transportation?
Nope. No cigar.
You know, several of Dixie's good friends showed up here tonight, and they all looked as though they had lost their best friend. Made one want to reach out and touch someone whose initials are DC. Go ahead, call her.
And why would I want to do that?
Well, that's exactly what I was wondering. I mean, the girl has been through an emotional ringer. She finally escaped the Sturm and Drang of Pine Valley life. The last thing she needs is a one-man crisis hotline to remind her of the stress she left behind. And all those of us who really love Dixie, we respect her need for privacy.
Including, of course, Brian Bodine.
Oh, Brian. Brian is the soul of self-restraint. His only thought is for her well-being, and if he feels that he needs to pull back, step back, and give her breathing space, well, he considers that, well, that's a small sacrifice in the long run.
Of course, because he thinks at the end of the race, he'll just fall right back into his arms.
Well, it depends on the credo you subscribe to. Absence makes the heart grow fonder, or familiarity breeds contempt.
It's the same difference.
As long as you know the difference.
I know the difference between concern and a con job. Oh, yeah, you'd love nothing more than to fob me up on Brooke just to keep me out of Dixie's life.
I thought it was being so cagey.
Oh, absolutely. Why don't you read me the short list of Brian's virtues just to make sure that I don't touch that dial, huh? Forgive me, Palmer, but you're more than obvious.
I'm also a very loving uncle, and I have a sharp eye for human behavior.
Ridiculous. Your eyesight's just as bad as your strategy. You're both outdated.
Hey, aren't you going to make that call, or to whomever?
I have no intention of calling Dixie. And if I did, it would take a much better man than you to stop me.
Exactly what I was counting on.